Now at 10:30, breaking news out of Yorba Linda, where a plane crashed into a home, bursting into flames. Good evening. Welcome to our news at 10:30. I'm Courtney Freel.
And I'm Rick Chambers. Neighbors say they saw this plane burst into flames before it crashed into the neighborhood. 5 people now confirmed dead tonight.
KTLA5's John Fenolio is live with new details for us. Hi, John.
Cord and Rick, good evening to you. There are pieces of this airplane scattered all over this neighborhood. In fact, if we pull in close, you can see that right here in the street, there is a part of the wing. A thunderous and deadly crash that claimed the life of 5 people.
Welcome back. We are continuing to keep an eye on the breaking news out of LA County tonight. The La Tuna fire is still raging. You're looking at a live shot from up above in Sky 5. At this point, to give you the very latest, 5,800 acres have been charred so far. There is only 10% containment on this fire, which has now become the largest fire in LA City history. That's according to Eric Garcetti, our mayor, who is going to be joining us at the bottom of the hour.
In addition to what Courtney was talking about, we've also confirmed with firefighters 2 homes have been destroyed along with an additional structure. Those homes located on Vertigo Crestline Drive, the 7700 block and the 7600 block. In addition to that, the 210 freeway remaining closed at this late hour right between Foothill Boulevard and Cagle Canyon, right in between the Sunland to Hunga area. In addition to that, multiple evacuations have been issued. 300 homes in the Burbank Estates, 180 homes in LA, 250 in Glendale. And again, there's a live look at what we would call the main portion of this fire continuing to light up the night sky. Seeing so many images on social media that just show how big this is. Again, as you talked about, a local emergency declaration has been issued by LA Mayor Eric Garcetti, who will be joining us in the next 15 minutes or so.
Such mesmerizing images, especially at night. And you got to feel for all of those firefighters who are battling the flames in these horrendously high temperatures.
The power of Hurricane Irma. That's our breaking news now at 10 o'clock. This monster storm raking northern Florida at this hour, leaving death, though, and damage in its wake. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chambers.
And hi, I'm Courtney Freel.
We want you to look at this video just coming into our newsroom. This is from the Tampa area, showing these palm trees just bending right under Irma's hurricane force winds. Still a Category 2, though. The winds are above 100 miles an hour at this point. The storm has killed, though, at least 4 people that we know of in Florida, including a deputy. Right now, Tampa is the major concern. A 10 to 15-foot storm surge could mean widespread flooding, in and around that city. Irma so strong it actually sucked the water out of the shallow parts of Tampa Bay.
Crazy image for sure. We have live team coverage of the storm, the damage, and what's next. Let's begin with KTLA5's Steve Cooge, who's getting hammered right now in Kissimmee, Florida. Hi, Steve.
Well, hammering's putting it lightly. We are currently getting hit with the full force of Hurricane Irma. 100-plus-mile-an-hour gusts of wind slamming into us like a truck. The eye of the hurricane is only a handful of miles directly west of us at this time.
Come in and out of the airport here, but this person just kind of moving maybe 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. LAPD moving in. Looks like we may be looking at a pit maneuver, and there it is, a pit maneuver, a successful one at that. And okay, he's going to make his way. Okay, he's going to make his way out of it. Okay, he drives out of it. He was he was pitted. He swapped ends, and he was able to make that U-turn and continue here. So we have an LAPD cruiser who is moving into position to do exactly that, a second pit. There it is, and so hopefully that disabled the vehicle. No, it didn't. He's going to try and accelerate out of it. He's going to hit the curb there. And once again, second pit maneuver, second successful pit maneuver that the guy was able to drive out of here. So we kind of continue on a westbound trek just on the north side of the LAX runway.
Here he goes again.
And here's another pit maneuver. This will be the 3rd time, and hopefully the 3rd time is a charm if they can pull this off. And a big chunk of the car breaking off, and it looks like this time they may have him.
He's running.
Okay.
And he just ran that police car that's assault. He's trying to get away again. Wow.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, look at that. Okay, continuing westbound on Manchester Parkway here is where we are. Again, a very dangerous situation that kind of gives you an indication. Wow, there we go, the 4th pit maneuver, and there we go. Perhaps this one will oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, he's going to drive out of this one too. Okay, just.
But it looks like you guys had a successful solar eclipse. It's very exciting. Yeah, you hear that behind us?
Yeah, look how
no
dark it
clouds
is.
or
How dark
rain
it's
could have
getting,
stopped
yeah.
us for this. Everything came together for this moment right here. You
Yes.
hear the cheers, the darkness. Oh, it is so close right now. Everybody we've switched pretty much to nighttime cameras. The effect of the sun is like the moon at this point. You got cell phones out, you got cheers, everybody excited for this moment. And we are in those final moments right here. There it is. I'm gonna take these glasses off.
No,
You
you're
can
not
see the
supposed to look.
totality of the eclipse right here.
Yeah,
There
keep
we
the
go.
I
glasses
don't know,
on.
Omar, I don't
Once
think you're
in the
supposed to take your
totality,
glasses
you can actually
off.
look at the full thing.
I think you're supposed to
You
keep
can
your
still
glasses
see
on the
it
whole time.
At this point,
He can.
and so, well, we were told within the totality that 70-mile radius. But yeah, you're right. We'll keep them on just for precaution.
Omar, while we have
But yes, you can
could
see
you
it's
have your
fully in
photographer turn
totality
off
right
the
now at
light?
this point, yes.
Is that possible? Could your photographer turn off the light so we could maybe get a sense of what that feels like?
Hey, Leon, if you can hear me. Leon, if you can hear me, he's our photographer. They asked if you could turn off the light just so we could see how dark it actually is here. There we go. Can you see that darkness that we're
It's like
in right
7
now?
o'clock at night, right?
This is 2:30 in the
Wow.
afternoon,
There you go.
2:45 in the afternoon.
That is so amazing,
And this is
Omar.
how dark it is today. This a once in a lifetime experience for us. We actually got fire twirlers a little bit further down the beach as well. This is the path of totality, what you're going to get here in Charleston, South Carolina. This is what people have been preparing for months. This is an eclipse of the century. You haven't seen this since 1918. And this is going to be a moment that people here are going to remember for the rest of their lives. And we actually...
Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman.
And I'm Cher Calvin. Thank you for joining us on this special coverage of the midterm election. We've got team coverage, reporters spread out throughout Southern California, keeping an eye on some of the most competitive races here at home and all across the country.
We've also got a team of experts here in studio for analysis on key races that could have a big impact on the balance of power in Washington. John Goya, Vice President of Make California Great Again. Caroline Heldman, a political analyst and professor at Occidental College, and political consultant Matt Klink. The headline here in the state of California tonight, the race for governor, and Gavin Newsom has won handily over his Republican challenger, John Cox. We have live team coverage. Steve Couge is with the John Cox campaign in San Diego.
But we begin with Mary Beth McDade live in downtown Los Angeles at the headquarters for Gavin Newsom. MB?
Yeah, and Mike and Cher, based on recent poll numbers, I don't think anyone was too surprised by tonight's outcome. Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom is now the governor-elect of California. He took this stage behind me here just a short time ago. He thanked his supporters, and he also outlined his vision for the future.
I've listened and I've learned from Californians of every walk of life, because I know that starting tomorrow, the hard work truly begins.
Mary Beth, thank you. And just moments ago, Republican John Cox delivered his concession speech before a crowd of his supporters in San Diego.
And that's where we find Steve Couge. Steve.
Looking at this race, guys, the cards were always stacked against John Cox. Here we have a Republican trying to run against the tide here in blue California and turn things red, and it just was not going to happen. Even a lot of political analysts from their beginning wrote off John Cox and his campaign. Cox needed to gather every single California conservative and independent that he could possibly muster up, and in the end, it just wasn't enough.
And I hope the lieutenant governor has a success, but you know what? He's not going to have that much success unless he deals with the influence peddlers and the people that would bend policy for their own profit.
Matt, last word. What do we see over the next 2 years in Washington?
That olive branch that Donald Trump extended, Nancy Pelosi shook her hand, and she's holding a saw behind her back. So
this is why nothing changes, because the only thing you people know how to do on the left is attack.
Well, no, when you have a president who has an impressive...
Had we done this to Obama, who lied?
No president looks
constantly
like
to the
Donald
American
Trump.
people.
You can't compare Donald Trump to any previous president in American history.
I can tell we settled a lot tonight.
You settled a lot, and you think this is fireworks. The commercial break is just as bad or good, depending on how you want to look at it. The three of you, good of you to take the time and be with us tonight.
Thank you.
More to come on the other side.
Breaking news just into KTLA 5. There is a new House Speaker.
A new Democratic-controlled Congress was also sworn in on Capitol Hill this morning. KTLA 5's Mark Mester live in the newsroom with all the details. Good morning, Mark.
Lou and Glenn, good morning to the two of you. A victory for Democrats at this hour, something we've not seen since 2011. Democrats taking back control of the House of Representatives. And we're going to start with that history, the new House Speaker. We have some live images. These are from the House floor. A live look here where that vote just finished. The third most powerful person in government, that is the House Speaker, the representative from California, Nancy Pelosi. It looks like they're conducting a round of applause right there. Pelosi is 78 years old. This would make her the oldest speaker ever. She, in fact, held this position from 2007 to 2011, losing it to John Boehner when Republicans took back control. This is video of Pelosi entering the House floor. You may notice she's walking there with her young grandchildren. As for the new 116th Congress, this is the most diverse ever. The headlines are that there are more women than ever before, more openly LGBT members than ever before, and the highest numbers of Black and Latino members, also the first ever Native American woman and also the first ever Muslim woman ever elected.
2018's final hours are hit with chilling temperatures and some pretty powerful winds. Live look outside at Snow Summit as we count down to the new year. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chamberlain.
And hi, I'm Courtney Friel. Happy Sunday. We are counting down to the Rose Parade with everything from last-minute decorations for the floats and wind advisories going into effect. It's going to be a very exciting New Year's.
Yeah, we've got team coverage for you tonight. John Fenolio, he's tracking all those last-minute float decorations. And Kai is here in the studio with your wind advisory.
But first, we begin with Steve Cooge live in Pasadena, where Tournament of Roses is set to be a chilly one. Hi, Steve.
Yeah, quite chilly indeed, guys. If you do plan to be out here for the Rose Parade on New Year's Day, do yourself a favor, wear a sweater, grab a coat, preferably something flashy like this because, hey, it's going to be New Year's Day, a new year, and it is going to be a chilly start to 2019. As I reach down here and pick up this thermometer, currently tonight we seem to have leveled out at just above 40 degrees, but it's going to get colder than that, especially when you mix in the wind. So aside from the runny noses and the ice-cold skin we're about to have, there's something else you need to know. The weather could have a pretty drastic effect on these Rose Parade floats.